So, Dark Souls 2 was at Eurogamer, and that was a pretty decent thing. There's this guy following me around for most of the day. So, I was pretty excited for this. I really enjoyed the first Dark Souls. I managed to play it for a good couple of, well, the first playthrough was 70 hours, and yeah, I'm glad to see the license continue. So there's a lot of new additions, really, but they're either very minor or they've tweaked previous content, which is quite pleasing. So, one of the major things that we're actually seeing now is, well, a lot of interesting dynamic lighting effects that you can see here with the torch. And you get this sort of strategy play with the torch now that you can either go headfirst into a dark cave or you can play it safe and run in. With your, well, you can not run in. All this happens. Yeah. I should have checked my corners more carefully. Now, you see, unfortunately, there were a few sort of nitpicks, but otherwise, the game itself was actually pretty stable. This is the same demo that we got for TGS, which was damn enjoyable, really. You got sent through a series of tunnels that eventually ended up with you in a temple of some description. The temple itself housed a few fairly, well, it was those enemies that managed to keep me from actually completing the demo in the 20 minutes because I didn't realise you could attack them from afar, which is a little depressing seeing as I actually have watched the video of this demo several times over and over again. It also seems that the way that enemies actually attack you has changed as well, so now you all remember the Estus Flask, those of you who play Dark Souls. You now actually have to be really careful about when you attack and when you use that, because if you use an Estus Flask at the wrong moment, you pretty much doom yourself because all enemies that are attacking you will just run head first for you. So, to counter that, the game has added in something called Life Gems, and what Life Gems do are act as a passive regen of your health. And if you get hit, it cancels this regen. So you've really got this play of, should I heal or should I just play it safe? Other than that, you've got a small few changes like stamina, the aforementioned torch mechanic, and just one or two other things really that are small but noticeable, such as the way that you no longer actually kick anyone, you just sort of palm them off, which I used in a bit that we unfortunately didn't manage to capture, where I was running from a series of enemies and just managed to push an enemy off a cliff. So, yeah, this, I spent a good 3 minutes in this area before actually discovering that I could go outside. I'm actually pretty impressed so far, because I've been waiting to actually get hands on with this, and I'm glad that they didn't actually mess with the formula too much, because if they had gone with a completely different style of gameplay, I don't necessarily think it would have reflected what I enjoyed about the series, and that was purely the sort of challenge that you get out of it. And it feels like, very much so, that it has retained that value. So really, here's hoping that it's worth it, and worth the wait, coming March 2014.